From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spire on the radio.
Hello to our Lark. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Ruben?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you today. So, can you tell me, how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Well, I've been a singer-songwriter I started about probably 10 years ago, and then it was only probably 3 to 4 years ago that I started releasing my own songs. I had written songs for film and TV and just other stuff that I hadn't really released. So, yeah, probably going on about 10 years now.
So, can you tell me, what was it like going into the recording studio for the first time?
I kind of had been in and out of the recording studio filming sort of, covers and doing bits and pieces and jingles and voiceovers. So I'd kind of always been in and out of there, but it was a really different experience doing your own stuff that you'd written yourself, as opposed to learning something, going in there and, kind of giving it the emotion that was originally there and, having to find all of that sort of stuff yourself. So I had a bit of experience there beforehand, but it was still a new experience at the same time. And I just love being in the studio is my happy place. Being on stage is my happy place. Being in the studio is my happy place. I'm happy everywhere.
So, can you tell me more about your debut single that you released?
Yeah, so Dalai Lama was the first single that I released, and that was released in 2021, and it's very close to my heart, and it's one of my favorites still. And it's all about just water off a duck's back. No matter what happens, just be peaceful, let it go. Everything's cool. And it's just a really kind of cruisy, happy, positive vibe. And so that was my first cab off the rank, and I'm still really proud of it, and I love that song. It's great.
So, can you tell me more about Hit the Record?
Yes. So Hit the Record I wrote over in Los Angeles with an incredible producer called Ollie Gabriel. And basically, we sat down and put the bones of that song together in a night. And I wanted something kind of, Latin and funky and sassy and all that kind of stuff. And Hit the Record came out of that. And I had this brilliant idea for the music video that I'd be a superhero and that my record would be my shield, like Captain America, and he kind of reaches back and he gets his shield and then he goes and slays all the bad guys. So, my music video for Hit the Record, I loved it. I got to be a superhero for a day and take down villains and fling records, and it was fantastic. It was wonderful. So, that song, every song that I've done and the music videos that I've done and everything that I've done around it has been all such a different experience for me that it's each and every song is memorable. It's like its own child. It's great.
So, what inspired you to write the tracks?
Yeah, so I think every track is got a different inspiration. And I always wait for songs to come to me, basically. So I don't write. Now I'm going to sit down today, I'm going to write a song. So I generally wait for a hook or, some kind of earworm that I can't get out of my head and that I have to sit down and turn into a song. Every single song is inspired by something. Unicorn, which I released at the beginning. I've released 3 singles this year. I can't believe I've released 3 singles this year. It's amazing. That was about some incredible friends, who had my back through a really hard time, and my family and my child, and just, you got your ride or die people who are there for you and stick up for you and have got your back no matter what. So that was about them. My last single, I'm With You, was about my daughter. That was for her. So she's got something from me. She knows I'm with her and I'm on her side throughout her whole life now and even when I'm gone. And then Good Energy was about moving out of the rat race of Sydney and up to this beautiful coastal area that we're living in now and reconnecting with Mother Nature and taking care of all those loose ends that you keep putting off for so long, and then, just using all that energy to reinvigorate yourself and just create beautiful opportunities for your future. So they're the inspirations for my last couple of songs.
So can you tell me more about I'm With You? Because you mentioned that one.
Yeah, so that one, I really wanted to write a song for my daughter. I wanted to just be able to express everything to her that she meant to me and that I wanted for her. And I wanted it to be kind of a really inspirational, energetic, energizing song as well. And my producer was incredible, Jono Fernandez. He was a very successful DJ. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to entrust myself. This is your jam. Like, this is your business here. You know, I'm going to follow you and trust you where the music and the production goes. And it worked out beautifully. And I'm like, I've got this beautiful song for my daughter that she'll have forever. She was in the music video with me. And then after I wrote the lyrics, my very first production session with Jono, we sat down and we were talking about the lyrics and starting to put everything together. And I was like, oh my goodness, this song is everything that my parents wanted for me as well. This song is everything that any parent wants for their child. And I got really upset and I started crying because I was so happy. So it's a really meaningful song, that one.
So can you tell me more about Six Underground?
Yeah, so look, Six Underground is a cover song from an incredible band that I love called the Sneaker Pimps. And I used to sing Six Underground when it first came out. I sang it for many, many years in my cover band, and it was one of my most favorite songs to sing. And I wanted to start moving into the world of sync, where I could do some cinematic covers of songs for advertising, TV, film, and geez, I love the drama. When it comes to music, I love the dramatic, crescendos and the crashes and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful, dramatic song. It'll sound great, orchestral. So yeah, we sat down and did a cinematic version of that and a couple of other songs as well. And oh, I love it. It takes me back to when I used to sing it many, many years ago. It kind of takes me back to there, but then it kind of, I can see it in a big movie as well, and the soundtrack and everything. So I love that song too.
So can you tell me more about The Middle?
So The Middle's another cinematic song that I did. So my whole life I've been a belter, basically. I've been, on stage, I'm a belter. I'm, hit the high notes and push it all out and everything. And I really wanted to experiment with the softer side of my voice. And I was able to do that in the studio. Like, I wasn't able to do that live and on stage. And I always found the lyrics to The Middle. I mean, it's such a, a happy poppy kind of, punk pop sort of song that I'd also been singing for years in a very different manner. And I sat down and I was like, the lyrics to this song are actually really beautiful and really inspirational and a little bit sad. And I was like, I'm going to turn this into a beautiful, inspirational, little bit sad song. So we slowed it right down. I pulled all of the emotion out, and I really just explored that much softer, more vulnerable, light side of my voice in that song. So that was a really good experience too.
So can you tell me more about your latest release called Good Energy?
Yes, so Good Energy, which is out on the 17th of November, available everywhere, came to me when I moved up the coast from Sydney. And I grew up on the Great Barrier Reef. You may have heard of it. Just out on the boat, out on the water, out in the rainforest. Didn't even wear shoes till I was 12. Like, I was just constantly out in nature. And I moved to Sydney about 17 years ago. And then during COVID, I just had to get out of the city. We had to get out of the city, and we found a beautiful place up the coast. And I was like, it doesn't have to be for our forever home, but we'll just see how we go. And we got up here and we just love it. It's like being back in Cairns again. I've had time to slow down. I've had time to tie up all the loose ends that I was always putting off. I've had time to reconnect with the ocean, with the earth, with the wind, with Mother Nature, and just really soak up all that beautiful natural energy and start working on, my future and what I want for my future, and you know, creating those opportunities as well. And then out of that came Good Energy. And fun fact, the music video for Good Energy, all of the locations are filmed within 7 minutes of my house. So if you watch that music video, you'll be like, I want to move there too. It's so beautiful here. I love it.
So can you tell me more about being independent artist and your record label that you got?
Sure. So look, I'm not represented by anybody. I'm not signed to anybody. I do everything myself, and it is a lot of work, from, I guess, the music production, the writing of the songs, you know, recording of the songs, all of the music videos, and then all of the associated promotions. I do work with some incredible companies that are amazing, that do help me with my promotions across radio, which I'm so grateful for, and other platforms as well. And I had been going for a while, and I was like, oh, I couldn't see myself getting signed to a label anytime soon. And there are a few charts where, you know, I was like, you know, you kind of have to be with a label to get on those charts. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to create my own label and I'll look after myself. I'm doing all of this stuff anyway. And then I thought this will just open up some more opportunities for me in areas that I can't sort of reach into at this point. So yeah, I've set up my own label. I've signed myself to my own label. I represent myself. So, and if things go well down the track, look, who knows, you know, it's at this point, I'm just the only artist on my label. I only have time for myself. But yeah, who knows what's going to happen down the track.
So does your label have a name?
It does. My label is called Holy Guacamole Records, because anytime anything fantastic happens, I'm like, holy guacamole. It's like my catchphrase. And I found this awesome little avocado, and I thought, oh, what if the seed was a record? And then I was like, so basically the cute little cartoon picture came first, and then the name came second. So that's where that name came from.
So what are your plans for next year? Are you releasing any new music next year?
Oh, look, I'm working on my next single that I'm hoping to release in February or March. I want to release 3 to 4 songs next year. We'll see how we go. I've got to wait for these songs to come to me. And what I would like to do, I do have a session to start putting together my production, to start doing some live shows as well. So I'd really like to do just a small regional tour of the East Coast in Australia, and sort of dip my toes in the water there. Now I've got enough songs to be able to get out there and do a show. And then after that, I do want to look at heading overseas and doing a show. You know, I think the UK and the US are high on my list of you know, would love to play there. So we'll see how the regional tour goes and see how everything goes next year. But yeah, loosely, I would like to get overseas to do a few shows, and yeah, just keep writing and releasing music and being in my happy place.
So have you thoughts about an EP or album?
I haven't thought about that. I did think about that at the start of my career when I was doing all of this, because I think I had 5 songs. There are some songs that I didn't end up releasing that I do love, but for whatever reason, I kind of moved on and, you know, wrote some different songs. But I really like the singles because I like squeezing the most out of every single song. And I'm like, if I do an EP, I'm not going to be able to do 5, you know, you kind of putting it all out there at once, which is fantastic if you're an established artist and people go and buy it, buy your albums and your CDs and everything. But for me, I was like, I kind of want to squeeze the most out of every single song. I want to do an awesome music video for every single song. And I want to just, you know, really enjoy the experience of every single song. Down the track, if I do get a little bit more successful and, you know, and more established, I would love to do an EP. That would be absolutely fantastic. So that's something that I would, or an album. So that's something that I would definitely would want to work towards.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been fantastic.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Ruben. You too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.